If you wanna be somebody, if you wanna go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. Hey, hey,
What's going on, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Black Magic, coming to you on the Collab channel. Get your knowledge on. This week's topic is social networking sites, in particular Twitter. I'm relatively new to Twitter, although it may not seem like it given the amount of tweets that I do or the amount of tweets that I have. But there are some pros and some cons to Twitter that I've seen from being on there for these past few 7-8 months that I felt that needed to be discussed. One of the good things about Twitter, I'm a fellow blogger. I haven't really blogged in a while, and the reason being is because Twitter kind of gives me an avenue to basically say things or get out what's on my mind at that particular time. I like that it limits you to 140 characters, and you basically have to get whatever you need to say out, and that's just it. It's over. It's a wrap. Your thoughts are out there, and you get instant gratification from whoever's following you. So I like that aspect. I like being able to meet in real time people from not only around the country here in the USA, but also to meet people around the world. Like, I've met some pretty cool people, including the people that's on this channel, this collab channel. Some of the things that I see, though, the downfalls or the pitfalls of Twitter, is that I think some people kind of put themselves out there way too much. And they don't really understand that what you give off into the world is how somebody is going to perceive you at the end of the day, whether it's really you or it's not. I'm a relatively private person. I keep a lot of things, in the cuff. And although I can be pretty crazy, and as everybody knows, I tend to try to also understand that I want people to know that there's a very funny side to me, but there's also a very serious side to me. And there's certain topics, whether it's political, current events, or whatever, that kind of get my intellectual brain kind of moving. That, it's kind of like the yin and the yang. You have my funny side and you have my crazy side. So I think in terms of people that use Twitter as, I've seen the phrase go around in some people's tweets that, Twitter is like the new, hookup site. Me personally, I don't use it as a hookup site. I have met, at least one or two individuals off of there, but it wasn't like a hookup. It's kind of like, hey, we're friends. Let's, hang out, see where this goes, da, da, da. And just like any social networking site, you're going to meet people and think that, hey, you can garner friendships in that way. But I really feel that some people just kind of take it a little too far. Understand the internet it can be pretty dangerous. I mean, there's certain information. Obviously, you don't want to give out your government name on there. You don't want to really give out your address on it. Well, not even really. You don't want to give out your address on there. Obviously your social and all that goes without saying. But I mean, you just really have to be careful of how you present yourself, just like how you would present yourself on a potential job interview, or how you would present yourself around, say, family. You wouldn't present yourself in that same light with friends. And I think some people don't understand that these are really strangers that you're actually, communicating with. It's very important to keep that or bear that in mind when you go about your daily twitting routine. So, people posting up like, explicit pictures, I don't do that. People that sit there and even, just get into the whole messiness of the internet. I feel that in terms of Twitter, if I'm actually talking to somebody and it seems like that we're cool, we're vibing or whatever like that in that area, we might move that friendship off of Twitter, just like any social network site. You might move it off of, whatever those networks are. And I've had people like that to where, you know, they've become pretty good, you know, either long distance or local friends, where they can actually call me up and be like, hey, you know, Black, what's going on? How you doing? You know, what you getting into tonight? Oh, I'm coming to your town. Let's hang out, blah, blah, blah. Which is cool. But the thing about it is that you have to be very wary, just like you would be wary of any regular person walking down the street, of who you give certain information to, who you allow into your, how's that movie go? I forgot the name of the movie, but he sits there and talks about your circle of trust. You have to be very, 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 very careful of who you allow in your circle of trust. And again, being the private person that I am, very few people actually make it in, you know, that little circle. Very few people actually make it in there. So I think at the end of the day, if you are the type of person that, you know, really doesn't care about, I guess, you know, what you, how you're viewed, then go ahead, you know, put your whole life out on Twitter by all means. Like, you know, be as crazy you want to, put all kind of explicit pics that you want to, say all kinds of messy things that you want to say, you know, go for broke. Hey, that's on you. But understand that at the end of the day, you know, common sense would suggest that once you put something out there on the internet, it's going to live in infamy forever. It's going to live to infinity and beyond. It's going to live. So you just really have to be careful of the type of things that you want to be seen by various people. So, I mean, I guess that's one of the cons, like, you know, that I've seen from there. And like, you know, I tend to follow people that are more than just, you know, the hypeness or whatever. You know, I try to follow some people that have like a serious nature to them, where like I can really get into an honest conversation about what's going on in the world, because, you know, the world is not all fun and games. But at the same time, you should also enjoy yourself, because it is what it is. It's a social networking site to sit there and learn or talk to people with different experiences, different goals in life, different aspirations, and you want to be able to fellowship with those kinds of people. So for that sense, I think that Twitter is a very good, you know, avenue to express those kinds of thoughts. I mean, I guess that's all I really have to say about Twitter. So, you know, have fun again and enjoy it for what it is. I mean, get your 140 characters in and live life. It's your boy Black Magic. Holla at you later.